So every time something new comes out about this whole Bricks and Minifigs situation, we always say and think that it can't get any crazier. And it just literally did. I cannot believe that this just transpired, but I'm going to go through this news article and give you a brief rundown of what just happened yet again. It says on August 19th, Bricks Minifigs announced Brian Mansell has been made whole again. And on August 20th, he said on camera that the deposit had not arrived yet. BAM's executives call that a lie. In BAM's own franchise town hall this week, its chief operating officer told the room that the company had only gotten the ability to pay Mansell 2 days ago, which is a confirmation, not a denial, of the one thing Mansell said. In the same breath, he floated publishing Mansell's private email to brand him a liar, and the chief executive warned that a man BAM had just apologized to opens himself up to more difficulty than harm. Every word below is BAM leadership's own spoken to its franchisees. Now, this is from the town hall. This is where all the Bricks and Minifigs across the entire country, there's like 250 or so, do this like Zoom type of meeting and call where they all get on a big call and they'll talk about what's going on at the stores and everything that's been happening, like events that are upcoming, maybe new Lego big waves that are coming out, those sort of things. So everyone's like on the same page and that like everything's kind of running smoothly. And for some reason, they decided to talk about this drama that's going on. Now, granted, people in the town hall might be asking questions, or there might be something like that that comes up where they kind of have to address it. We don't know. We just know the information that came from an insider in the town hall. So that means someone at Bricks Minifigs, one of the franchises somewhere across the country, literally came out with this information and is like against his own corporation, or else he wouldn't really have this information, I would think. But like, I just can't believe they're opening themselves up again to this scrutiny that they know is going to happen. That's been happening for the past months. Like, there's no way this company's not lasting for the rest of the year. Like, there's no way. It's just it literally gets worse every time. There's this. It's I cannot believe it. Um, but a primary source says that in BAM's franchise town hall, COO Matthew McNeff told franchisees that Mansell literally got us his payment information to be able to pay him 2 days ago. And that was on August 20th, I believe, which that matches the Mansell said on August 20th that he had not been paid when BAM published Made Whole again on August 19th. And that is something that all like the Bricks and Minifigs social media accounts on Instagram, stuff like that, on Facebook, put out there in this really weird way. They had this big long article, and it was like, it wasn't even like saying like, yes, we paid him, like what we did was wrong and we're trying to make up for that. No, it's like they literally said we're paying him, but that doesn't mean that we're admitting that we did anything wrong and that the previous owners of the Salem Bricks and Minifig store is the ones that are responsible, and we're going to continue going after him. Basically, it's like an apology, but I apologize to you, but it's like, oh my gosh, like this can't be real. Like we're living in a simulation. And all the social medias that did this, like, they put it out there and, like, put hearts and stuff and, like, had this weird lovey-dovey type music. It was so weird. It was, like it was cringe. It was dumb. I don't know why they did it, but apparently they did it prematurely because it hasn't even gone through yet, which is another just scratch on the tally board for another problem that Bricks and Minifigs is causing themselves. Whatever. Says COO McNeff proposed going on YouTube and publishing the email to call Mansells a liar and said only PR advice against rage baiting was holding it back. Oh my! There's no way this company has a PR team. There's no way this company has a PR team. This will be looked at as everything to not do as a company to help with your PR, your public relations. This will be looked at as everything not to do. There's no way this company has PR. And again, from like in Hollywood, actors have like PR guides. Well, they'll like prepare them and tell them what not to say, things to stay away from, like when they're doing interviews and stuff like that, so they don't get caught up in drama and stuff like that. And apparently, Bricks and Minifigs has PR and are told not to get into it on YouTube, so that they don't give into the rage baiting. Well, if you're literally putting out this guy's email and his stuff, like, and you're a $1 million corporation, it looks pretty petty. It looks pretty teenage school drama-y. And it's like, I just can't believe that it's literally gotten crazier again. Like, it's unfreaking believable. Then here it says CEO Ammon McNeff, which is the guy with the mustache that we always see everywhere, says he told the room Mansell opens himself up to more difficulty and harm if he crosses the line again, and called it his 15 minutes of fame. More difficulty and harm if he crosses the line again? What, crossing the line to try and get his stuff back? His Lego sets back? Any piece of what he had back? You're trespassing from the store. You're taking him to court and have lawsuits, and now you're saying he's going to have difficulty and harm. What does this mean? You're the one that literally said to the police, do I need to have weapons here for if he comes back? When he was talking about reckless men, it's like now you're literally putting out there, this guy that we stole the Lego sets from, this guy that we took the and $200,000 worth of Lego sets from, which whatever, not up to 200,000 at this point. He's opening himself up for some serious harm if he continues and crosses that line again. What line? What line? He literally is just going out there. He's still doing interviews and stuff like you guys have been doing. And again, he's just the guy that if he never did an interview, he would have never seen one penny of his stuff back. It would have been swept under the rug and never again happened. Nothing would have happened. He's lucky that Reckless Ben was able to get this publicized like it has been. And you're saying that's his 15 minutes of fame. Yeah, that's his fame. Yeah, he wanted his stuff stolen, and he wanted to be trespassed, and wanted to have this everything drugged through the mud, his whole family, and this drama and the anxiety that's gone through it. Yeah, he wanted that fame. He wanted to be out there. Yeah, okay. Okay. It says 4 days ago, the site reported that BAM had announced Manzel was made whole before money even existed. He asked on camera that BAM had paid him, and Manzel said, "We have not seen a deposit yet," literally just stating the facts. And BAM's executives have a name for that. In the town hall, the COO said Manzel had been on with a couple of the YouTubers who are super critical, making claims that he hasn't been paid yet, or that we released the joint statement prematurely, and that there's no reality to those claims. Then one sentence later, he confirmed the claim. And that's when he said he literally got us his payment information to be able to pay him 2 days ago. So any statement was to the contrary, that we haven't paid him, was because he hasn't actually given us the ability to pay him. What? This is okay. He literally got us his payment information to be able to pay him 2 days ago. So that's past tense. He got it to you. You have it in hand in your emails or whatever. So any statements to the contrary that we haven't paid him was because he hasn't actually given us the ability to pay him. He hasn't actually given us the ability to pay him. He literally got us his payment information 2 days ago. Something's weird. Something's not right. There's something that's not lining up here. This was on August 25th. So he went on camera on August 20th and said that. So that would make it the 23rd that he gave him the payment information. Let's see here. Read it carefully. Because BAM's own defense inside it, BAM says the delay was Mansells. It could not pay until he handed over his payment details, which he did not do. Which he did 2 days ago, which was around 23rd. Grant that in full, it still means that on August 19th, when the BAM. So yeah, it's all just a cluster. Because on August 19th is when they put out the thing. We have paid him. We made it in full. And then someone reached out to him for an interview and said, "Hey, did you guys get paid yet?" And that was when on August 20th, he's like, "No, we haven't been paid. No, we haven't. No, we haven't." And then probably Bricks and Minifigs reached out to him and said, "Hey, where are we going to send the payment?" And that's when on August 23rd, he said, "Here's my payment information." Like, you guys literally blocked him from everything. You can't even let him in the store. You taking him to court and all this crap. So that does make a little more sense that that's now lining up, right? But it's the fact that you literally put out on all your socials, "We made him whole again," with the little hearts and this music. So it's just more stupid bull, stupid stuff that doesn't need to be happening. Yet again, dumb. And this isn't even the end of it, because the Gormans and Crystal Law, they're still claiming that Bricks and Minifigs has done this to other stores, and now that's all a whole new thing. And Bricks and Minifigs confirmed in their big "We Made Him Whole Again" video, little speech article, that they will be pursuing Crystal Law. From what I remember, what I read, it looks like that they said that they're taking on that responsibility to be able to like go after them now or whatever for the Lego sets or whatever happened with the Salem store. So Again, it's not over. It gets crazier. We say it's not crazier than this, and it's not going to get crazier than this. But this guy literally just said he's opening himself up to harm again. So, what does that mean? I don't know. You let me know. But I'm going to get on out of here. I'll see you in the next one.